Manager. With an update to a breaking story we have been following the last few hours out of East Point, where police say an employee stabbing her own manager to death. This all happening inside a McDonald's on 9 Mile. There was some sort of verbal altercation between this manager and an employee who, incidentally, the daughter says they were friends, that they were friendly. The employee goes home, according to police, gets a knife, comes back, stabs the manager. We've learned her name is Jennifer Harris, 39 years old. 6 children, a single mom working here for 15 years, stabs her to death. And then somebody in the drive-thru, this is happening in the area of where the employees are working in the drive-thru section of the fast food restaurant. Somebody going through the drive-thru, a CPL holder, sees everything happen. He shoots his gun in the air to try to stop everything. Unfortunately, he is not successful in doing so. But as the suspect is running out of the McDonald's, the police say that the man with the gun actually ran after her and held her at gunpoint until police arrived.
She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. Man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. All that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all. And then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that.
And I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next, because it wasn't right, and there will be hell to pay for that.
I'm just a product of the cricket onyx. Told him Nick the balls had him just appalled. Did so many things that pissed him off. It's impossible to list them all. And in the midst of all this, I'm in a mental hospital with a...
Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing his word in the four winds of the earth. And shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. This brother Ariyah coming at you with another lesson here. And I'm just doing the lesson on, this chick that went wild, went crazy, dealing with her manager at work. Went home, got a knife, came back and stabbed her up, man. Okay, and if you watch a couple of her videos, you can tell that, demons are infested in her. All right, and these are the type of people that's, out here in this world, man. A lot of people that we deal with at work, when we're at the plantation, carry these same demons, man, where they about to crash out because they're dealing with, a lot of pressure, man. The Lord has put the spirit on us to be able to deal with the pressures of this world, man. Okay, because we're put through more than most, and the Lord is building us up for when this society crashes, that we'll be able to withstand what's coming before us. But a lot of these people do not have the spirit nor the strength to deal with the things that they're going through. And what happens ultimately is they crash out like she did, man. This is why it's good to use wisdom and walk in wisdom toward those that are without, which I'm about to read now. Okay? And it says Colossians 4 and 5 and 6, walk in wisdom toward them that are without. Right? We are the ones that have wisdom and use wisdom in different situations that we're in. Okay? And we walk in wisdom toward them that are without, which is the rest of this world. They lash out. They live through the flesh and act carnally. Okay? What we try to do is remain spiritual and remain in the spirit, when we out here in this wicked ass world, man. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time, okay? Because we know what time we in right now. We in a time of evil days, man, where the evils in the earth are increasing. And we know this, you know? So if you get into, certain spats at your job or whatever, don't feed into it. Just walk away. Because at the end of the day, what we're supposed to do when we at work is go to work, do our job, and go home, man. All right, it ain't about going to work, making friends, talking to people, being up in people's faces, telling people about your life and all of that, It's best to isolate yourself, even though it makes a lot of, your co-workers uncomfortable. It really doesn't matter, okay? It's the best thing to do is to stay out the way, do your job, and go home, man. That's how you avoid conflict, and that's pretty much how you, maintain a job and keep a job. It's just doing your job and staying out the way, man. And let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how you ought to answer every man, So let's say if you get into a situation at work, and someone is coming at you crazy, it's best not to add fuel to the fire, but to use wisdom, and that wisdom will put that fire out quickly. So things don't escalate to where, something like that, what I showed in the video with that lady getting stabbed up, like something like that doesn't potentially happen, because these people are on edge, man. They on edge. The tariffs, they can't, these tariffs that are going on that are increasing the spending cost out here. These people can't deal with this pressure, man, right? And it reminds me, because I bring this up a couple of times, it reminds me of that scene in Game of Thrones with the rat. They put a metal, they'll put a rat in a metal bucket, and then they'll strap the bucket to the person, and they'll put fire to the end of the bucket where the rat is. And the only thing the rat can do to get away or avoid being burnt, by the steel that's heating up from the fire, is to chew through the person, man. And that reminds me of these people here in Babylon the Great, man. Okay, and that's ultimately how they're going to be when this society crashes. I'm gonna play that real quick. I'm gonna play that video for you real quick.
You. Move, boy! Move!
Is there gold and silver in the village?
I don't know.
James,
Didn't see any.
where's the Brotherhood?
I don't know.
Where is the Brotherhood?
I don't know, please.
Where is the Brotherhood?
I don't know.
Which of the villagers aided them?
I don't know.
Who?
And
Who?
I never saw.
Who?
I never saw. Please. Please stop. Please. It started to.
Who?
I didn't see anyone help him. Take it off. Take it off.
Who helped him?
Gaines, the butcher, and his son.
That's better. You've been very helpful.
No, stop, please! What are you doing? Please, stop! Please, stop! No! No! I told you everything! No! No!
It says here in Romans 12 and 17 through 19, recompense to no man evil for evil. And being in this world and having to deal, with these people out here, you're going to receive evil at the end of the day, because Satan is always going to try and get you off of your square any chance that he can get, okay? So Satan will jump on these people And they will mess with you. They will say disrespectful things, or they will do things and try to piss you off, man. Okay, this is why it's important to, pray to the Lord and remain in the spirit and provide things honest and in the sight of all men. Okay, so if someone do something evil to you, this is what this is talking about. Don't try and do evil to them. Okay, a negative and a negative does not equal a positive. It equals a negative. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Okay, if it be possible. All right, now when it comes to the point somebody trying to put their hands on you, of course you're going to defend yourself. But that's something that you want to try and avoid. And how do you do that? You do it by using wisdom. Okay? By using your brain, man, that the Lord gave you. Use wisdom to get yourself out of that situation. And it says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. Right? Because these situations are going to piss you off, man. Like the girl she was going through, she was getting sent home early every day. I went through that. But these people in the world don't understand that you trust in the Lord, man. The Lord is the one that is making everything happen. So you got to trust in the Lord. If you put in a tough predicament or situation, just know that's the Lord that's putting you through it, and he's putting you through it for a reason. So don't avenge yourself, revenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, right? And it says, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Yeah, so if there's a demon at work giving you a problem, trust in the Lord. He'll deal with that person, man. Put curses up on that person, man. Okay, and the Lord will deal with them properly. Okay, and Lord willing, swiftly, instantaneously, expeditiously. Just trust in the Lord, man. He'll get it done at the end of the day, man. Yeah. Always remember, man, we walking in the battlements of the city, and at any time, something can happen, So, we got to be circumspect, man. Like Ephesians, the fifth chapter says, man, to be circumspect, man. Okay, let me get that real quick. Ephesians 5:15. And it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, meaning to look around. As we know, that's what circumspectly means, to look around, man, to, be aware of your surroundings, right? Not as fool, don't have your head stuck up your ass, but really analyze everything that's going on around you, man. Okay, because anything can happen at any given moment. And that's another way of using wisdom. Okay, you're watching around. You're knowing what you're involved in. You know what's going on out here. Demons are pretty much manifesting themselves through people. Okay, so when you out here, you're gonna make sure that you're protected, man, or you're being aware of your surroundings at the end of the day. Okay, but it's wise, right? Redeeming the time. Once again, redeeming the time, because we know we in them evil days, because the days are evil. Okay, and these days out here, these days that we're in is very evil, and people are very evil, man. There's another account where some dude just chopped this girl's head off, man. Stabbed her all in the face and chopped her head off, man. Okay, I believe because she wanted to leave him. So these people are not, they're not right in the mind or in the spirit, man. Okay, and these people are straight up demons out here, man. Okay. Let's get Proverbs, the 2nd chapter. Proverbs, the 2nd chapter, and I'll read 6 through 8. And it says, for the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. Okay, so it's the Lord that gives us this wisdom, okay, this knowledge and this understanding, man. And it's imperative and important that we use it while we out here in these streets, man. And he layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous, okay? For us that strive to be righteous, even though our righteousness is as filthy rags, we strive to be righteous, man. We strive to do things that are pleasing to the Lord, man, so that he can bestow upon us his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, okay? So we can operate out here in this world, man, okay, and make it home the same way we left is the same way we come back, If you understand what I'm saying, he is a buckler to them that walk uprightly, man. And that's what this truth is about, man. Striving to walk uprightly, man. Okay? So that things like that don't happen to us when we out here in this world. Because these people, they see our light, man. They see it and they hate it, man. Always remember that this thing is spiritual, man. We are nothing. We're a bunch of spirits, man. So best believe them evil spirits can pick up, they see us, man. And they don't like our light, man. Okay? Because they love to be embedded in darkness. So when we come around, they see our light, man. They instantly don't like us. This is why if you go in a crowd or if you go someplace and someone is straight up mean mugging you, because they see your light, man. That demon in them recognizes the light in you, and they don't like it, man. And he keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. Okay, let's get let me get Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter. Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter. I'm gonna read 4 and 5 real quick, right? Because this is key here, man. For into a malicious soul, okay, wisdom shall not enter. All right. So if you out here being a damn demon yourself, if you're watching these videos, just know that wisdom will not dwell with you, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. Okay, so this is why I read those previous scriptures, man. It's good to strive to be righteous out here, man. I mean, you out here sinning, you're not winning. If you out here sinning, you're not winning at the end of the day. Not trying to rhyme anything, but it's a fact. If you out here sinning, you're definitely not winning. Okay, according to the world, you may be winning, but according to the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai, you losing, man. Okay, and if you don't have wisdom, okay, and you don't, form a relationship with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you're gonna be asked out here, man. Okay, that's why the scriptures say, to separate yourself or be holy, right? And separate yourself from this world, man. It's not like you can't go hang out from time to time, but that's not something that you want to do a lot of the time, man. Most of the time, it's best to be, by yourself, man. Basically, it's not an intelligent thing to be out here amongst people in the world all the time, man. Leviticus 20 and 7. Let's get that. Leviticus 20 and 7 says to sanctify yourselves, man. Right? Which means to be set apart. Which is what holy means, to set yourself apart. Right? There you go. Leviticus 20 and 7. Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy, for I am the Lord. Okay, the Lord is telling us to sanctify ourselves, right, and be holy, meaning set yourself apart from this world, man, because this world is, engulfed in wickedness, man. This is why it's imperative for us, speaking of myself first and foremost, to separate ourselves from this world, man. Okay, because that's the scariest thing about this truth, is that the Lord can chew you up and spit you out back into the world, man. And you'll be worse off than you were when you came into this truth. Okay, because the scriptures say that, when we come into the truth, we had a demon on us, man. Okay, and eventually that demon is taken off. But if the Lord throws you back in the world, then you'll have 7 more demons, even more powerful than the one you initially had when he puts you back out in the world, man. And that's what you don't want. Okay, because ultimately, in the fullness of time, you're going to die, man. That's what's going to happen to you, let me get Proverbs 18 and 1. Let me get Proverbs 18 and 1 real quick. Yeah, it says through desire, a man having separated himself seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. Okay, separated himself from what? From this world, separating himself from wickedness, separating himself from his prior deeds that he did before he came into the truth, man. Okay, so that's something that is important, man, and something to always keep with you, man, to make sure that that Satan is not drawing you back in to this wicked ass world, man. You know, because that definitely can happen. We've seen it happen time and time again, and we pray it doesn't happen to us. Okay, and at the end of the day, man, being separate and separated from this world is a beautiful thing. A lot of people come into this truth and do it for a certain amount of time, but then they fall back into the world, man. You don't want that, man. You're going to be tested in this truth, man. If you come into this truth, you're going to be tested, man. The demons are going to attack you, man. They'll attack you in your sleep. They'll attack you when you at work. They'll attack you while you're driving. They'll jump on other people and try to attack you, man. Okay, try to get you to do something life-altering, like possibly putting someone to death, and then you locked up in a cage for the rest of your life. This is why it's imperative, man, to use wisdom and to be patient, man. Be patient and not not be in haste, okay, which is panicking and rushing and doing things based off emotion, man. Because that's how these people out here operate, man. These people can't deal with the heat that's coming down on them at all, man. They really can't. And they lash out and do things like that. Kill, put to death a mother of 6 because they ain't getting enough time at work and they can't pay their bills, man. These people out here are on edge, bro. They really on edge out here, man. This is not a game out here at all, man. It's nothing nice out here. It's nothing sweet. Right? Let me just get this, and I'll end it here, man. Because, we're going to be battle tested at the end of the day, man. I can't read it here because the second verse be real disrespectful. It never comes up. But it says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, and set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, Yahweh the Father, Yahweh Shai the Son, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your rewards shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, right? Fearing the Lord, which is the beginning of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Hope for good, and fear everlasting, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Salakia. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Right? And look at the generations of old, and see, did any trust in the Lord and was confounded? No. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? No. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? None. Right? Because you call upon the Lord, then that means that you believe in the Lord and you trust in the Lord. Okay? And you have faith in the Lord. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. Okay? And that could be a time of affliction when you at your job and you're noticing that you're having problems with multiple people at your job, man. Okay? You're not making haste. You're not making a scene. You're not hitting someone upside the head with something. You're not, going off of emotion. You're trusting in the Lord to rectify the situation instead of you being carnal and you rectifying the situation on your own. You know? Yeah, because these people out here are bugged the hell out, man. And anything can happen in any moment, man. You know? So I just wanted to bring this out real quick, just showing the state of mind that a majority of these people are in right now, man. Shalom.